Hey guys, welcome back to How to Human Being, and this is going to be our short form content that we're going to put out every once in a while, just little moments as Christian and I feel led. We're going to jump onto the camera and just talk about something that we feel passionate about at that time. So it might not have a certain time limit on it, but we're going to talk and talk until we're done talking. So it could be forever. But today I wanted to just briefly talk about what brings you rest, what brings you peace, where do you find your rest, and do you have designated time for rest? Is there a time in your schedule where you go forward for rest? You planned it out and you have given time to your schedule to make sure that you are at peace and at rest with your soul. I think about John Mark Comer, and Christian, I love to talk about him. Think about his Ruthless Elimination to Hurry, his book. If you've not read it, like myself, you should. I've only got many quotes from it, but the idea is that the greatest detriment to your soul is busyness, and it's coming away and living life without a Sabbath, which is something that I'm learning to do after years and years of only working, always working, and only doing that and finding rest in between doing things. So my question for everyone would be, where is your rest? How do you find it? Is there moments in time that you are able to sit down and read a book, or go outside and walk, go to the gym? You find rest going out and doing improv really poorly. Doing improv poorly because who does it well? But where do you I don't know anyone. I think that's very funny. But yeah, so finding the spaces that you want to be a part of on those days of rest. You shouldn't come out of resting, because there's obviously a difference between going home and lounging around after a hard day's work and setting aside 24 hours completely devoted to freeness of responsibility, of chores, of cleaning, because the Bible makes it very clear how to Sabbath, and it says to keep this day holy, and then we see it in the New Testament as well. And there's no reason at all to be working all 7 days. You are not made to work that much. Eventually, like I said, the busyness is the detriment to your soul. And if you never have those rests, you're going to come to the point where you're overly busy, even with less things on your plate. You're going to be anxious about taking time to rest. You're going to come to points where you're just sometimes depressed about having time away, or feeling the responsibility to always be doing something, like you were saying, you don't deserve the opportunity to be at rest. And what are those things that bring you rest? And you have to find it out. And that's hard to implement at first. Of course, it's hard to implement at first, but once you get it going, it becomes routine. And once it's a routine, it's what builds your soul. It's what builds your life. And if you build your life around the practices of God, that's when you find fulfillment. You're not going to find fulfillment grinding 7 days a week. Like, I might have my Sabbath and I wake up at 5 a.m. to go work out at the gym at 6. That brings my soul rest. That's what brings me joy, to go to the gym that early on my Sabbath and then have the rest of the day started off strong. Other people might be waking up at 11, eating waffles, watching their favorite telenovela, watching their favorite soap, and doing nothing. And it's all up to each person. It's their lived experience what brings them true rest, and not momentary seconds and minutes of peace, but a life of peace through lived out processes that the Lord put in place. And I think everyone has those moments to find the rest. We're commanded to do so, so we should. And if you have a good Sabbath practice, if you are someone who is well versed in taking a Sabbath, I would think you should put everything that you do into the comments and really communicate with the people that are asking questions. How do I take the rest? What is the right time to rest? Any questions you might have, Christian and I would love to answer. The people in the comments would love to answer. And I think this is a great opportunity for us to get to know each other. So please make sure you tell us your practiced Sabbath, and we'll catch you next time as we are learning how to human being.